Hello, you are looking at Flemington Speedway in New Jersey, just about inside Amwell Valley for the LoBo Convenience Stores 200. We start with a debrief from the Clarington 24/7 where Warren Majeski was the right guy at the right spot at the right time. He was trying to undercut the field for just one tire run. He was gonna drop behind as soon as the restart came. But then, he ended up in victory lane when the clouds burst and the fog set in. And this ensures that the 2018 North American Auto Club Challenge Series season will have 4 rookie winners so far. One more than last year. And aside that, Charlie Faulkner holds a triple lead at the Challenge Series, the Legacy Cup, and the Summer Series. If things go the way he wants and the way they are right now, he could be able to lock the Challenge Series title early, if they do go their way. In the Summer Series, Faulkner already comes in today with a chance to lock it and win the $2 million. All he has to do is finish 22 positions ahead of Riley McKee. And that will be that for the Summer Series. At the same time, the competition agreement discussions continue to progress, and we can reliably confirm through our sources that the Challenge Series field will expand to 40 cars on all tracks, because at the current system, short tracks like these have 36 starting cars, and ovals and road courses that are larger than a whole mile have 40 starters. This, of course, raises a second question, which is what will happen to the current provisional system, because this season has shown that there are quite a bit of deserving teams, but we'll only know what's gonna happen to the provisionals when we know. Possibly already after this weekend, but there's no confirmation from the North American Auto Club that the competition agreement will be out then. But do keep it in the back of your mind. Last but not least, we have been receiving word that the calendar is almost finished, and by that we mean that the race dates that are exclusive to the North American Auto Club are being laid around, and we will have a very good idea of what the calendar is gonna be aside from the expected companion events with the PCC Cup Series. However, we do have one unfortunate confirmation, that is the renovation work at the Langhorne Speedway in Pennsylvania is extremely behind schedule. The reason Pocono was added to the calendar was because of that renovation that Langhorne's going through, where they're repaving the track, they're adding new stands, they're adding safer barriers to a very fast oval, redoing the infield. There's a lot of things going on there. And unfortunately, it is behind schedule, which means a race that was supposed to return next year will not do so at all. We will have to wait for it to be re-added, we hope, in 2020. Now let's take a look at this race. Taking the pole position here in Flemington is Luke Pellerin. On his outside, Thomas Tucker, Ruby Carson. Another great qualifying result for the 77 with Lucy Barnton on her outside. Mac Henley once again another top 5 result, while Charlie Faulkner misses on very important bonus points by not starting inside the top 5, while Boyd Abbott and Ashley Richardson close the top 8. 2 very good short trackers that are gonna be up to some trouble today. Flemington Speedway is a 5/8 of a mile oval, the same size as the Greater Toronto Area Speedway and North Wilkesboro Speedway down there in North Carolina. It's a very fast track, especially after it was paved. This used to be a dirt oval, and a very unusual one at that, because this track is shaped like a square, like the Four Corners of Toronto circuit that also is present in the Greater Toronto Area. The banking in this track is also very low. It's 6 degrees on the turns, 4 degrees on the straights, so there's not a lot of difference, which means you launch off the turns very quickly. This causes a very fast laps, under 20 seconds in this track, and it can be a very dangerous circuit when you reach top speed. Which is also why this track is also going to go through renovations. However, the renovations are just the addition of safer barriers, which means they will come back next year to New Jersey. Do not fret. Weather today is 82 degrees, clear skies, breezy winds at 50 miles an hour. Let's take a look at the race facts because we have 200 laps scheduled, so 125 miles. And the fuel window here in Flemington is about 130 to 135 laps. If you can save fuel, you can make it to maybe 140 laps, but it's not necessarily easy, but you can make it. So we're going to have drivers that are going to have to work with their tires. They're going to have to conserve fuel. We might have a very interesting fuel mileage run. Let's go trackside. Leading the field to the green will be Luke Pellerin. On his outside is Thomas Tucker. And the green flag is out. And you're going to see a very fast race. You see how they are already at 100 miles. By the time they get to the front straightaway, they're going to slow down to about 90 miles an hour. And then they're going to get up to 100 here in this middle chute. They're going to do at the second corner, getting to turn number 3. Tucker is going to try to make something happen at the exit of turn number 4. Doesn't look like he will have it. But he keeps it steady side by side, and he has a vibration early on the right rear of his car. Problems for Thomas Tucker, not something he wanted this early, but he already takes the lead on the outside of turn number 1, and Thomas Tucker is your new race leader. While Ruby Carson running in third place, having another very good run. Lucy Barnton now takes the third position on the outside and goes for second place on the outside, and Lucy Barnton makes it look easy. 7 laps in, Lucy Barnton is now running second. Luke Pellerin drops to third place, and then you have Caitlin Richler there. She started further back with Rebecca Pellerin running in 14th, Caitlin Richler 16th, battling with Vernon Hargrove for the 15th spot. Tammy Barton and Joey Anderson, the two of the more standout rookies, are having a very bad start. They just did not get the setup right at all, and this is a great thing for Kendra Brittany, who's currently running in 11th place. Tammy Barton's 36th, Joey Anderson's 34th. 13 laps in, Charlie Faulkner already up to 5th place. The result as it stands, he does not lock the Legacy Cup quite yet, but he gets into a very good position because he's running away with it right now. He just needs to get the gap to be, just needs to finish 22 positions ahead of Riley McKee. Riley McKee is further back right now. Corbin Dempsey currently running in the 20th position. Ronnie Samples right there in 19th, having a solid run. And Lucy Barton has caught Thomas Tucker for the lead on lap number 19. She's already going to try to have a look on turn number 3. Not enough. On lap 24, she's going to already go after the number 9 as the number 6 of Harriet Moore. Teammate to Thomas Tucker is gonna slide herself right on the inside, and that's gonna be a big help for Thomas Tucker. Tucker rounds out turn number 4. He retains the lead of the race as Lucy Barton tries to go by the 6. She's gonna have to go by the outside. She gives a bump to the number 6, a very big bump. Let's go on board with more as they come into turn number 3, and Barton just gave a bump, unceremonious, just to show her displeasure with the driver of the number 6. On the outside right there is the 63 of Chris Endicott, who finally qualified for another race, running well. Harriet Moore almost hits the number 98 as Thomas Tucker about to lap the 03. A few laps later now, the next driver to be lapped will be Tammy Barton, and she holds up the 9 of Tucker on lap 26. So monkey see, monkey do, and what the monkey do is give the lead to her older sister, Lucy Barton, to the inside, and she takes the lead of the race as we open lap number 28 of 200, and she already having to sort herself around. Tammy and Hibiki Murata on the outside having a very bad run compared to what she was doing in Mosport until her crash with Robert Burton there. Kristen Young having a solid run in the back, just keeping the car steady, just keeping the car right. As Tammy holding her station, Thomas Tucker does not find the space to make the move. Lucy staying right behind her sister, trying to help her pass the 52 of Murata, and now Barton to the outside. They make contact! Oh no! Oh no! No, that's not how you do it! That is not how you do it, Lucy! Entrance of the corner. She tags her sister's car on the right rear end, and I'm not even gonna put the radio communications from either car because the amount of profanity was beyond what you could have possibly believed would come from those two. A messy moment. McHenley forced to go to the pits with an engine problem. Both Barntons wipe each other out 30 laps in, and that's a lot of damage on the 98. Look at the front end of the 98. The rear end has some damage, but Tammy Barton got much more damage on the rear end. Lucy Barton's gonna have to rely herself on removing the whole front clip. And this is beyond just a blooper. This is throwing out the win with one of the better cars on the field, as Charlie Faulkner finds himself in second now on the restart on lap number 34. Battle for second place will be between Charlie Faulkner, Luke Pellerin right there, Ruby Carson and Ryan Faulkner running fourth and fifth. Sixth place, Ashley Richardson already gaining positions, fighting with Boyd Abbott for that spot. And Boyd Abbott's gonna take sixth place. Kendra Brittany having a look there. Brittany running in eighth place, having a very solid run, which is very good for her Rookie of the Rookie Challenge hopes. As Lucy Martin already cutting through the field, she's gonna pass Hibiki Murata. She already is in 29th place, takes the 28th position, gonna go for 27th under Allison Smith, does it, and now she's gonna go for 26th under Ben Makowski and 25th under David Payne, and that is it. 24th right now is Mosport 247 winner Ora Majeski, and 23rd is Riley McKee, which means as of now, with McKee in 22nd, Charlie Faulkner is winning. Okay, Charlie Faulkner is winning the Summer Series. He's walking in with 2 races before the time comes. Bobby Savage and Brett Finley, Triumph Motorsports, having a very solid run there in 10th and 11th. Becky Pellerin got up to 12th place, just having a very solid run, trying to log as many points as she can. Quite a few drivers here did not run in Flemington. This is the North American Auto Club's return to New Jersey. Because 5 years ago we used to run at the New Jersey Motorsports Park. Flemington left the schedule in around 2002, if I recall correctly. And Charlie Faulkner now running in second place as of now. Trouble! Engine expiring under Megan McDonald. She was running in 20th place, and her campaign today comes to an end unceremoniously. She stops on track 50 laps in, a quarter of the way through. And everyone so far seems to head into the pits, and we are gonna have the first pit cycle of this race. And a few drivers you can see are deciding to not go in. Corbin Dempsey and Scott Overton, Ronnie Samples. And the reason is because of how the pit road is laid out here in Flemington. You have 2 different lanes in a big skid pad, which means it's very hard to pit with a big pack. So these guys are gonna pit only on the second lap, and you see there how Luke Pellerin and Thomas Tucker lose a lot of time with Ruby Carson. They are losing a lot of time position by position. And there you see, for example, Lee Schmidt gained 5 positions in one go. Kendra Brittany now is the third car off the pit road. Becky Pellerin well inside the top 10 with Caitlin Richler, as the 88 and the 9 have problems. The 77 beats them both off pit road. A problematic stop. I don't know what they were doing, but they lagged behind badly. As you see the second group of drivers to stop, Tammy Barton doesn't stop because she's recovering her lap. She already pitted for the damage. And you see there, the 88.5 and the 89 are running 1 and 2. The Faulkners once again finding themselves dominating a short track race. However, the last time they did it on a short track race, it was at Carbondale. They wiped each other out from the top 5. They both still finished the race, but they wiped each other out of a winning position. Ronnie Samples with suspension issues, and he is gonna be done for the afternoon. The right front wheel of that car broke down. Chris Endicott jumped the restart, and he's gonna have to serve the stop and go. You see there, in and out. And let's pay attention to when he merges, because he might merge right in front of the lead. It is the case. He's gonna merge right in front of the leaders on lap number 59. And Endicott being chased down now by the 2 Faulkners. The 2 Faulkners are catching him up very quickly. And you see there how Endicott gets back up to speed. Further back, David Payne running in 24th place. He pits for fuel and tires. They're gonna try to do a bit of an undercut. Try to get him lap times with this car in an empty track. While Becky Pellerin, they're battling for 6th position with Kendra Brittany, Caitlin Richler, and Brett Finley right there as well. Pellerin to the inside, Finley right there. They're trying to make the move happen. Is it enough? Doesn't look like it is. and they keep driving deep. Bellerin will not be able to hang on against Caitlin Richard. Richard is going to take the position on the outside. Ben Makowski also decides to pit. We also hear the 03 of Joey Anderson has a left front wheel vibrating, but they don't know what it is. Could be a puncture, could be a suspension problem, could be nothing, could be Maybelline. Maybe it is Maybelline after all. But as it goes, Makowski is going to drop back, going to lose a lap, and he's going to fall back behind the rest of the field as Thomas Tucker and Luke Pellerin are worming their way through the field. The 88 and the 9 are now running at 16th, 17th, chasing down the 81, who is running in 15th. Warren Majeski there in 18th, having just a solid run, just bringing the car home. And Lucy Barton in the modified, mind you, had a very good pit stop after her first crash and finds herself in 11th place. So I said she threw the win away. Maybe not the case if things go a little bit crazier. She's trying to get into the top 10, and if she does get a top 10 result with this, she's in a very good position as she battles with Ashley Richardson while lapping the 66 of Ben Makowski. As you see there, Charlie Faulkner lapping the 8 of David Payne, and you see how the 89 is so far away. He is a little blue dot at the edge of the turn. They're a turn away from each other, a whole shoot away. You change perspective to Ryan Faulkner, and you see how far the 85 is ahead of the number 8 as we are 72 laps in, and Charlie Faulkner now dominating the second section of the race after a very questionable pit stop blunder by the 9 and the 88's crew. Demi Barton now about to be lapped. She's running in 31st place. This is a bad result for the rookie challenge leader as the 85 catches her. Is gonna put her a lap down, taking his time, making it look very easy, making it look very calm. Nerves of steel, ice water in the veins. And you see there how Thomas Tucker running in 14th place, going under his teammate Boyd Abbott with the help of his other teammate Ben Makowski. And now Thomas Tucker running 13th, catching Ashley Richardson, looking to have a go at the top 10 as they are lapping. I believe they're lapping the 63 of Chris Endicott. Now you have the rear end camera of Ashley Richardson. Richardson hanging on barely to the position, doing what she can to hang on to that position. But you see how much pressure Tucker is exerting on the driver of the 58. Richardson trying to get back on the top 10. Tucker trying to get back up front, while Luke Pellerin got stuck behind the number 81 of Corbin Dempsey. Corbin Dempsey taking his sweet time, making Luke Pellerin very, very nervous. But there goes Thomas Tucker on the outside of the 58, the 99 right there in the vicinity. So now Thomas Tucker is back in 11th. Vernon Hargrove currently running in 10th place. And Thomas Tucker is going to make a move on him on the outside as well. Almost. There he goes on the outside of Vernon Hargrove. Ready to make the move to get him to the top 10. And Thomas Tucker trying to clear. Oh my God. This is hard to clear the 28. And there goes still side by side as they come to turn number 3. And exiting turn number 3, Thomas Tucker finally gets to clear Vernon Hargrove as they come out of turn number 4. Vernon Hargrove sold that position. Expensive with interest. Blows up the 58 of Ashley Richardson. She blows up. She's trying to find the lane. She gets tagged by Luke Pellerin. And there she goes. Ben Makowski, Warren Majeski, and Riley McKee hit the number 58. A lot of damage in the front end of the 22. And whoa. What happened to the 16 there? What happened to the 16 of Ethan Collins? Joey Anderson and Ethan Collins made contact, and Charlie Faulkner just dumped the 16 into the infield. And that is definitely a penalty for your race leader, just because that's an infield. Caution is out and things are going insane. Ethan Collins had to drive around. And something happened to the car because it finished breaking down. He stops on track, and that's the race for Ethan Collins. He parks. He looked distraught walking out of the 16 car. That's the race for the 16 crew. And the 85 is going to be dropped, bounced all the way to the end of the longest line. As you see there, the recipients of the lifeline are quite a few. Now we're showing them in numerical order, as everyone once again pits. And you're gonna check it as you see a few drivers that do take their time and pit on the other lap, just to make sure they have everything going on correctly. Faulkner comes out first, Schmidt comes out second, Savage and Philly have very good results. Caitlin Richler and Becky Pellerin won 2 positions a pop. Vernon Hargrove won 4 positions in the pit lane. And this is a very good pit stop run for all these drivers as we get the restart on lap number 87 of 200, and Faulkner under pressure from the 43 already as they round out turn number 2. Is it gonna be enough? Looks like the 43 is gonna have him cleared, and Ryan Faulkner is gonna hold the lead as Vernon Hargrove having a very solid run, hounded by Boyd Abbott and Kendra Brittany. Brittany to the outside, Abbott on the inside. They're trying to pass him through, put him back in 9th place, while Luke Pellerin and Thomas Tucker are once again trying to gain positions after pitting. And Luke Pellerin now is the one that's actually dealing with the cars faster. He has right in front of him in 12th and 11th the 69 of Peter Johnson and the 77 of Ruby Carson. Charlie Faulkner also having to work his way forward. He was dropped all the way to the 30th position. He has 31st position. He has to pass everyone there. He goes after Athena Whitley on the outside, while Lucy Martin still running fairly well in the 98. She's currently in 13th place after the last pit stop cycle. And that pit stop should be good to the finish as far as we know. We have around 115 laps of a green flag run after the green flag came out. So the fuel run here tends to be 130 laps. They're going to be fine to the finish. But one thing that's gonna matter are the tires, and because everyone pitted the same, this also means everybody is more or less seeing eye to eye as Ruby Carson goes on the inside of the 28 to get the 8th position. Hargrove is fighting as much as he can, but he just cannot make it. While Joey Anderson doing a recovery run after a very poor start. They made a few adjustments to that car and it's driving much better now. He's currently running in 18th. Ahead of him is Kristen Young, who also made some adjustments. And Thomas Culler, who's running inside the top 20 in one of his few starts this season, having a very solid run for another fellow rookie. And as you by lap 95, how the field spreads away. Look at how they all pass through the camera, how the field is so distant from each other, as Bobby Savage running in 3rd place, battling with Lee Schmidt. And Brad Philly holding station right behind him, doing very well as well. Ruby Carson and Kendra Brittany battling for the 8th position. Carson's going to take the outside. And what a move as we close in on lap number 100 to open lap 101. The final half of this race has begun. And now Kendra Brittany goes after her. Problems for Ruby Carson. Left front puncture. And Ruby Carson made a daring move on the outside. And it's going to be for naught. She's forced to go to the pit lane to get fresh rubber. Charlie Faulkner already up to the 16th position with Ruby Carson going to the pits. He would have been 17th otherwise. And he's having a very solid run there, recovering his positions piecemeal. He could still fight for a top 10, maybe a top 5. Not too far ahead of him is Thomas Tucker and Riley McKee. The results as of now for Riley McKee are very good because he's not catching up a lot, but he's catching up enough to keep himself alive in the summer series. And Warren Majeski up in smoke from the 31st position, almost gets tagged by the 43, gets to go to the pits before things take a turn for the worse. But that's a big block for the 43 car. Let's ride around Lee Schmidt. He tags the rear end of the one as he's signaling to go inside. Lee Schmidt's just in a battle, not a lot he could have done there. Kendra Brittany with problems as well. Left rear puncture on the 26 from 8th place. So the 77 and the 26 have the same issue. Both are forced to pit from a position inside the top 10 for tires. And you see her, there she goes inside. And now this puts Lucy Martin inside the top 10. She's now running in 8th place. Corbin Dempsey running in the 9th position, having a very solid run. A recovery run for Corbin Dempsey. Started further behind. He took his time. He bit his chances. And he's now gaining position by position. Becky Pellerin, Caitlin Richler, and Luke Pellerin battling for the 6th position. Pellerin goes through, and he goes through easy. He makes it look like Richler isn't even there on the outside. While Boyd Abbott running in 4th place, having a very solid run, doing his thing right now. Just waiting for things, running 5th. Just doing his thing, expecting the field to get easier. Problems for Ryan Faulkner. There's a fuel pressure issue on the 89. He has to get off track from the lead of the race. And that is going to be it for Ryan Faulkner. He's going to stop. They're going to try to get that car repaired. But that is it. Ryan Faulkner was leading and looked to cruise for the win. He's done. 108 laps in. from the first position. And what a shame for both Faulkners. They were dominating this race. This is gonna place Lee Schmidt in the lead. It's gonna turn that battle for second place into the battle for the lead. 43, 51, 15. And they're catching the tail end of the field with Harriet Moore as we open lap 112. Boyd Abbott jumps to 4th. Luke Pellerin is now 5th. And there you see as they come to lap the 97 of Tammy Barton, Lee Schmidt's trying to place the 6th of Harriet Moore in between him and Bobby Savage. If he can't quite do it, he's going to try to do it with Barton as they open lap 115, coming to turn number 2. Schmidt to the inside, and Boyd Abbott slowly catching the top 3 as well. And now this is a 4-car battle, all 4 under a blanket. Very close quarter racing, very fun race so far. With Luke Pellerin now also catching the 99. So the top 5 now all together for position. And Pellerin is the fastest of them so far. He could be fighting for the win. While on lap 116, there you see Caitlin Richler battling with Becky Pellerin, Lucy Barton right there as well. They are fighting and they're trying to catch the top 5. They're a bit ways away, but if they keep it going, they are gonna catch him. However, the gap is just a little bit bigger, but that's the thing. Lap car management can't change the story. Thomas Tucker fighting himself now back inside the top 10. Very quick car now after a few adjustments as well. Charlie Faulkner running in 12th place, battling with Vernon Hargrove and the 77 of Ruby Carson. Charlie Faulkner has a longer career than Hargrove and Carson combined in the Challenge Series MPCC because Ruby Carson started driving together with Corbin Dempsey in 2013, 2014. And Hargrove, this is his first full year on the Challenge Series. He's been running on the Modified Cup for 2 years now. Kendra Brittany running in 28th place after the pit stops. She has a faster car because of the newer tires. So her job now is to catch in. Caitlin Richler and Becky Pellerin battling for position there. Lucy Barton forces a 3 wide. And Caitlin Richler stuck in the middle. Corbin Dempsey forces, bumps the number 2. The 2 spins the number 6. And that's another caution. Let's watch what Corbin Dempsey did there because he dove in, tried to make the move. That forced essentially a 4 wide. And Harriet Moore, there was nothing she could have done there in the 6. She got looped around, get rotated, and that's it for her. Just a shame. You watch it from the bird's eye view. You see how Lucy Barton dove deep. Caitlin Richler made the move to the inside. Corbin Dempsey saw space, dove in as well, and there was just no more space to work with. And as you see them running back to the line, you see Bobby Savage making a move on the inside of Lee Schmidt, trying to go for the first position. They had to lap David Payne, and Bobby Savage is going to take the lead. Bobby Savage is going to round out the final corner. He takes the lead, and he makes contact with Lee Schmidt. They get together, and oh my God, what just happened? Oh my God. Oh, the officials are not gonna like that. The officials are not gonna like that. Oh, lordy me, oh no. The 43 now got immediately called to the hauler. Bobby Savage is gonna retain the lead. He's gonna keep driving, but I'm not gonna say anything. The least I say, the better. And problems for Brad Philly. He goes into the pits. Suspension breaks down on the 15th. And he's gonna retire from the race. Brad Philly's done from 3rd. Nobody pits. Bobby Savage has the rear end all kicked up. The 43 has a side panel damaged. What is going on here in Flemington? We are having quite a day. More problems for Mac Henley. Puncture on the 18. He's gonna pit for newer tires, and he's gonna restart at the back. So now we have 3 drivers with newer tires compared to the rest of the field. Oh no, make it 4. Kendra Brittany's gonna pit for a newer set even. Kristen Young as well, and Riley McKee also gonna pit for new tires. These 4 are gonna have a new set. I guess that because they're now back on the lead, Kendra Brittany's back on the lead lap. Hibiki Murata too also gonna pit. But the thing is, I guess what they want to do is try to climb through the field using these new tires. The problem is they have to climb a line of 30 cars. It is not gonna be easy. And brother, the time's ticking down and you're the third monkey running towards Noah's Ark. And buddy, it's starting to rain. Not on Flemington. Charlie Faulkner jumped the restart. Oh no, he was running in 8th place. And Charlie Faulkner throws what it was a prospective day to lock the leg of the summer series. He jumps the restart. And then you see there Becky Peller and Boyd Abbott and Lucy Martin almost get together, wipe each other out on lap number 130. Lucy Martin running in 5th place on the modified. What a run. Lucy Martin, she screwed herself up and screwed her sister up, but she's digging herself out of that hole. Ruby Carson with the new tires in the pack all together. She's making a hole, and the 26 and 22 are working together with it. Look at Kristen Young forcing a 4 wide on the outside to make a pass, and the pass works. Hibiki Murata up there as well. And there goes Hibiki Murata on the outside. Allison Smith running in 11th place, battling with Vernon Hargrove. Two rookies, two drivers that won on their second ever career starts. And Allison Smith having a very good run so far. 133 laps in, with Peter Johnson running in the top 10. Running very well, the 69. As Luke Pellerin now is going to have a look to make a move on the outside of the 43. Is it enough? Looks like it is. Outside of turn number 2. Doesn't seem like it is, though. There goes the 88. The 88 now takes second place. And he is chasing down the leader. Problems for Hibiki Murata. And she's gonna be done for the day. Also, another suspension issue as well. This track is eating suspension springs like it is candy. But at the front of the field, Luke Pellerin trying to catch the leader, trying to catch Bobby Savage, as Riley McKee and Kendra Brittany and Kristen Young are all working together to gain as many positions as they can, and they're already in the top 10 as we're reaching lap 140. So the tire fall off has created this insane situation where you have 3 cars that are much faster than the rest of the field. They are the 3 fastest cars on track. The 4th fastest car is Ruby Carson, who pitted earlier and has newer tires in relation to the rest of the field. Lucy Martin now on the inside of the 99, the 99 on the outside. You see the 9 and the 26 using the outside, ready to make the move. And Kendra Brittany on the outside trying to make the move there for the 6th position on Thomas Tucker and Boyd Abbott. Is it enough? She's going to try to force a 3 wide. Doesn't look like so, at least not yet. Close quarters battle there as Riley McKee is going to use the inside. And for Riley McKee, this couldn't have been better, because if he keeps this pace, he's still alive in the Summer Series. He's still alive in the quest for $2 million. Likewise, Thomas Tucker, who's currently 3rd in those standings. As you see there, McKee and Kristen Young are going to force a 3 wide on Thomas Tucker, while Boyd Abbott stuck on the outside, holding back Kendra Brittany as hard as he can. As there you see McKee to the inside of Lee Schmidt, trying to get inside the top 5. Is it enough? It is. Riley McKee is now in the 4th position now, by the way, because Lucy Martin is running in 3rd place. And Riley McKee is much faster than her, despite also having front end damage from hitting Ashley Richardson's car after it blew up. Also, that's the thing we have to reinforce. 2 very bad results from Ashley Richardson after Mosport, and here, and neither her fault. Just a very big shame for the driver of the 58. Bobby Savage continues to lead with Luke Pellerin running 2nd, and now Riley McKee running in 3rd, and Riley McKee is catching. Riley McKee is catching, and Kendra Brittany is catching. And by the time we get to lap number 147, Luke Pellerin now caught by the 22. The 22 might have a go for the lead, but right behind him, you see Kendra Brittany worming her way by the field, while Boyd Abbott's right there. Boyd Abbott on the outside, Lee Schmidt on the outside. Kendra Brittany, are you going to try a 3 wide, girl? Are you going to try a 3 wide? Not yet. She helps the 43 to beat the 99, and then she's gonna go on the outside, and she's gonna use those newer tires to her advantage. And Kendra Brittany now running in 5th place, catching the 22 and the 98, and she's all over the back of the 98, going for the 4th spot. Is it enough? She almost gives a bump to Barton, and Barton's just gonna concede the position. She just knows she's slower. She knows she can't fight. She can't fight the 26. and Kendra Brittany is now running fourth as Riley McKee making a move for second, and he's gonna try to make it a double whammy. There he goes, dives on the inside of turn number 4, Riley McKee on the inside, and new race leader Riley McKee, the Prince of Troy Revere, makes a regal double whammy to take the first position. Kendra Brittany chasing him now, finds herself now stuck behind the 58, 51, and 88 side by side. She's gonna try to force a 3 wide. 3 wide. What a move! What a move by the rookie. Kendra Brittany is now second, chasing now the number 22 as we enter lap 149. What a move! Colin Kaiser with problems. Colin Kaiser's engine expires from 23rd place. A shame for the driver of the number 30. What a shame to see the 30 off. Oh, he gets tagged by Harriet Moore. She tried to give space to the 51, and she ended up tagging the 30. Another car up in smoke. Boyd Abbott from 9th place. And another car done for the afternoon, and a car that was running very well. Very, very well, but they both make it into the pits. So we have no caution. The green flag continues. And you see there, Kristen Young just took the 5th position from Lucy Martin as she's catching the 51 and the 88, and she's faster. Kristen Young, will remember last year she won the race at the Texas World Speedway on a lookout, and she just found herself in the right place at the right time. And once again, now she finds herself in the right place at the right time. The problem is there's other 2 drivers that are in the right place at the right time, and they have faster cars. Those are Riley McKee and the 26 of Kendra Brittany. Brittany already won at Toronto. McKee already won at the New York Auto Ring. And there goes Brittany to the inside. Is it enough side by side? Not yet. Not yet, but Brittany has a chance in turn number 1. She goes for the lead. Is it enough? Now she has the nose ahead, and she's going to try to clear the 22 off turn number 2 side by side. Not enough still. Not enough still. But now as they round out turn number 3, Kendra Brittany sufficiently clears the 22 Riley McKee. McKee's gonna try to slide back in, while Kristen Young now rounding out the outside of the 88. And now Kristen Young takes the 4th spot, and she's gonna try taking the 3rd spot from Bobby Savage. Despite the damage, Bobby Savage is actually running way faster than Lee Schmidt, the guy that dumped him, and he's gonna probably get a talking to from the officials. I don't know what the talking to is gonna be, but it's probably gonna be bad. It's probably gonna be bad. Mag Haley running very well. He also has new tires, but he started further back than McKee, Brittany, and Young, while Charlie Faulkner continues to climb the field ever so slowly, but not, and because of that, he's not climbing as fast as he could to bury the 22 and the 9 in the Summer Series, so much so, look who's ready to lap him, the 26. On lap number 156, Kendra Brittany is already all over the rear end of the 85. She's going to try to make the move now as he tries to make the move on the 69 of Peter Johnson. Is it enough? It is. Scott Overton to the outside. Quite a move to pass Peter Johnson while Peter Johnson's giving space to Kendra Brittany. Flemington is a wide track, so these crazy moves actually work. And as you see there, Kendra Brittany laps the 85, and the 22 has a chance to put the 85 a lap down as well. This will create a very important buffer for Riley McKee in the Summer Series. He doesn't become a contender outright just yet, but he's gaining points. And what he needs to win that is to gain as many points as he can, just like in the Challenge Series title hunt. As you see there, Kendra Brittany lapped the 200 of Allison Smith, and by lap 158, she's going to lap the number 2 of Caitlin Richler. Richler is running 13th. So this is how deep we have lapped the field so far on a longer green flag run again. And you ride on the rear end of the number 2 as the 26 hounds her. Riley McKee, and that's why Caitlin Richler was keeping the line so stable. There goes the 22. If you played Celine Dion in this, it would have been completely fitting, because Caitlin Richler sacrifices herself in the name of true love to let Riley McKee open a big gap. There goes Kendra Brittany 2 laps later. She finally passes the number 2. Will that be enough? We're going to have to see it, because here comes Riley McKee. Contact with Rebecca Pellerin and Harriet Moore about to be lapped. Harriet Moore also on a Ford holding back the 27 of Becky Pellerin. As you see there, Kristen Young running in the 3rd position. 40 laps remain here in Flemington. Young hanging on very strongly to the 3rd spot as Mac Haley now finds himself in 4th place, about to lap Joey Anderson. A very solid run for Mac Haley, a very honest run after having all sorts of problems and being forced to pit. He actually is making a very good use of the newer tires, and he's gonna finish either very well inside the top 5, or he's not gonna finish at all if the car breaks down again. As you see there, Corbin Dempsey holds back the 22, and that is enough for the 26 to find herself back at the outside of Riley McKee. McKee throws the 81 to the outside, and that holds back the fourth, and Kendra Brittany can't pass McKee just yet, but look at the gaggle of lap cars that there is. There's David Payne just a little bit ahead. It's gonna be Athena Whitley, and David Payne holds back the 22 just a little bit. There goes Kendra Brittany for the lead, and now she has her teammate Athena Whitley to lap, as Thomas Culler, McKee's teammate, is right there as well. So this is gonna be a very interesting conundrum, because here comes Kendra Brittany to lap the 02, and here comes the 06 trying to punch a hole for where her teammate can pull through, but that is not enough because Tammy Barton's right there. Here comes Riley McKee to the inside. There goes Kendra Brittany. The hole was punched in, and there goes Riley McKee catching the 26 of Kendra Brittany. Battle for the lead. What a incredible lap car management race. There goes the 22 to the inside. Dive bomb by Riley McKee, and McKee has the nose ahead. He's gonna throw the 06 on the outside. He rubs the 06, and there goes the 22 on the inside, 26 on the outside. They're gonna lap Tammy Barton, and there goes Kendra Brittany back on the saddle, back on the lead, and able to open the gap as Lee Schmidt continues to fall behind. 10th place for him, and he's now 1 lap down. We only have 9 cars on the lead lap. Yes, Rebecca Pellerin and Charlie Faulkner battling for the 12th position, and Kristen Young into the back of the 85. Oh no! Charlie Faulkner took the foot off early to try to make the move on the inside. Kristen Young was not aware, and she ends up spinning the 85 around. He's gonna loop it, and Thomas Culler has a tire puncture. Has to pit. The left front of the 02 is out, and the right front of the 06 seems to be also out under caution. I don't know if we're gonna have the image of that, but Athena Whitley also pits, and this puts us with 25 laps remaining. Kendra Brittany leads the 22 of Riley McKee, the 33 of Kristen Young, and the 18 of Mac Henley. All those 4 have newer tires. Bobby Savage has older tires, and with him is the rest of the pack. If you look there, if you squint a little bit, Ruby Carson is inside the top 10 as well. She has older tires than the top 4, but not older than the rest of the field. Mac Henley for 3rd place. Allison Smith jumped the restart, is forced to take a stop and go, and as you see there, the 200 goes into the pits, and unfortunate run for her as Charlie Faulkner to the inside of Caitlin Richmond for the 18th position as he recovers his lap, and he's chasing down Becky Pelle. Oh, you have got to be kidding me! Jumped the restart as well to the pits. Stop and go for Charlie Faulkner. With only 23 laps to go, by the time we get to 22 laps to go, Kristen Young and Mac Henley still battling for 3rd place. Young on the outside where she's getting a very good launch, but Henley using the inside. He's ready to bump her if needs be. And Allison Smith now holding the 26 back just a little bit as Kendra Brittany trying to find space to do it on the inside, and Riley McKee is gonna beat her to it, and Riley McKee is gonna be back on the lead as Kendra Brittany was trying to find a hole on the inside, was not able to forge it through, and there goes McKee for the lead. This is the battle for the win. Thomas Culler is now with newer right side tires working his way through the newer 4 tires. He blew the left front, so he now finds himself gaining position after position. Athena Whitley fell 2 laps down, so even after the pits, Riley McKee just bumped Charlie Faulkner out of the way as they lap him after his stop and go. We have 18 laps remaining, and Kendra Brittany and Riley McKee are nose to tail. Kendra Brittany gives a bump to the 21, not afraid to use the bumper, the rookie, and the Prince of Trois Riviere battling each other, and there goes Kendra Brittany to the inside, new race leader with 17 laps remaining here in Flemington. Joey Anderson and Tammy Barton battling for the 20th position. Uh-oh, that's a little bit of a bump. And the all three loops it around. They keep their close vicinity. Nobody pits. We have no other developments during this caution period. We just jump back into a quickie restart with only 10 laps remaining here in Flemington. Kendra Brittany hanging on to the first position, while Riley McKee trying to catch her, and the 33 of Kristen Young trying to make a move for third place. Mac Haley still trying, still vying for the fourth spot. He's forcing that car. He's working overtime with that car. He's battling and trying to gain as much as he can. Thomas Culler now up to 15th place. He's gonna go on the outside of Corbin Dempsey, trying to go on the outside of Becky Pellerin as well to get into the 11th position, and it's gonna work. Look at the jump you get on completely new tires. He has newer tires than everyone else in the field, so he's the fastest car on track. Does he have enough time to catch the leaders, and could he become the 5th rookie winner of 2018, as Thomas Tucker battling with the 88 of Luke Pellerin, and Thomas Tucker to the inside, Bobby Savage right there, Thomas Culler right there. Look at Culler going there. Not enough to pass Luke Pellerin, while Ruby Carson now is stationary in 5th place. So all the drivers with newer tires are finding themselves in the top 6. Well, the 6 drivers with newer tires, and he's hanging on very well. Mac Haley to the inside of the 33. Is that enough? No, not yet. Just wait a little bit. And Kristen Young's gonna hold on to it as they come to turn number 3. Ruby Carson being caught by Thomas Culler. Thomas Culler dives in. He gets into the back of the 77. Dumps Ruby Carson. What was that all about? What was that all about? Thomas Culler came flying in. Ruby Carson was holding her line. He just grabbed her and he just pushed her out of the way. And I really don't understand why he did that. Maybe the front end of the car hooked, because we have that stepped up front end. But even then, and then Riley McKee just gave a little love tap to Harriet Moore to get her out of the way before the caution came out, and that's when the yellow was already ongoing when they were racing back to the line. And this caution, of course, the officials want to have a talk with Thomas Culler as well, but this will bring green, white, checkered, as the caution was with only 5 laps to go. You see the lights of the pace car still lit as we are going for a two laps. 1 green, 1 white, 1 checkered. If we get a caution, we do it again. And you see there the lights of the pace car are off. Wait, no, they're still on. They're still on. That was me. As you see there, the pace car now is off on lap 201. We have 2 laps remaining here in Flemington. The green flag is out. Kendra Brittany leads Riley McKee. Riley McKee has one final shot. Mac Haley very slow on the start. Very slow on the start. He might be out of fuel. He might have driven way too hard and spent too much fuel. And Mac Haley is out of it from 5th place. Kendra Brittany being caught by Thomas Culler as they round out turn numbers 3 and 4 to get the wide flag is in the air for Kendra Brittany. She's hanging on to the lead. Kristen Young and Thomas Culler battling for the 3rd position. Caitlin Richler out of fuel from 16th place as well. And in the front of the field, Kendra Brittany has 2 more corners left. Coming to turn number 4, she hangs on. Thomas Culler passes Kristen Young for 3rd place, and he passes Riley McKee for 2nd, but Kendra Brittany wins her 2nd race of the year here in New Jersey. What a finish, and what a win by Kendra Brittany. 2 straight rookie wins in the last 4 races. 3 of them went to rookies, because Kendra Brittany won at the Greater Toronto Area Speedway, then Thomas Tucker won at Mosport, then Warren Majeski won at the Mosport Road Course, and now Kendra Brittany wins in our return to the United States in a complete fuel mileage and tire coup. The newer tires made the difference, and they also make a difference in the rest of the top 5, as Thomas Culler finishes in 2nd place in a fantastic run, though that contact he had near the finish, that's probably going to be very controversial. Officials wanted to talk to him. We're going to see what they want to say to him. His teammate Riley McKee finishes in 3rd place. Could have won it if he had saved his tires just a little bit more. However, this is a very important result because he keeps the Summer Series battle alive. Charlie Faulkner does not lock it today. Kristen Young, another fantastic result for the 33 team. A very good result for Mazda overall in the last 2 races, while Thomas Tucker is finishing in 5th place. A very good result for Ashcroft Family Racing. Luke Peller in 6th. Another good result. Rebecca Peller and Lucy Barton also with very good points hauls. This helps them in the championship standings, while Bobby Savage and Lee Schmidt are also finishing in the top 10 here in Flemington. Looking at the Challenge Series Championship, Charlie Faulkner continues to lead, but his lead has been severely shaved in about 50 points. He was leading by 135 when we came to Flemington. Now Rebecca Pellerin has shaved the gap to only 84 points. It's still a very wide gap, but as you can see, when we left Mosport, there were only 4 mathematical contenders. Now we have 5. Ryan Faulkner is back in the race. Maybe Lucy Martin could be way too far behind, but she still has time. Other than that, Thomas Tucker, Luke Pellerin also close out the top 5. Riley McKee with this 3rd place finds himself within 500 points, while Mac Henley and Lee Schmidt are, well, they are out of the 500 point range. They're almost out of the 600 point range. Imagine that. That's how this championship has progressed. That's how the Faulkners dominated this season. As we mentioned the Summer Series, let's jump straight to that, because as you see there, Charlie Faulkner had a lead of 58 points. Riley McKee shaves it to 46 points after Faulkner's terrible, no good, awful race where everything went wrong, and what went right was the fact that his car didn't explode. So this means that Charlie Faulkner could still lock the Summer Series next time around. But this time around, he would have to finish at the most 5 positions behind Riley McKee. So Riley McKee has a very good shot of coming to Pocono still alive, still in the fight. In the Heat Rookie Challenge, Tammy Barton continues to hold her average finish to 17 exact, while Kendra Brittany is able to shave a lot from 21 to 20, and this puts her in the fight now. She needs to keep this momentum going. She needs to keep this fight alive, because Tammy Barton's running away with this, despite the fact that she hasn't won the Challenge Series yet, which at this point it is quite scary that she's this consistent and she hasn't won still. Craig McLean, Ben Makowski closed the top 5. Marcy Crawford, Warren Majeski, Saul Pritchett, Brendan Masner, and Colin Kaiser closed the top 10. Kaiser and Pritchett are just barely out of the minimum of 4 races. Brendan Masner is exactly at the minimum of 4. He's gonna make his 5th and we believe final start of the season at the Trois-Rivières circuit. So he's essentially out of contention, but not mathematically, because he could start more races. We never know. In the Owners' Championship, things do not alter as much as you may think, but they still change very dramatically. Because when we left Mosport, Sample Sports, the number 7, they were inside the provisional zone by 39 points. Now they are near the bubble by 29, tied with Zach Tech. Joey Anderson was able to gain 14 points on the bubble. Triumph Motorsports still stuck in the bubble, but for a very good reason. Brett Finley can breathe quite easier now because Kate Taylor is the closest contender to him. Kate Taylor is almost 80 points out of it. Kristen Young and CJK Racing at 95 points out of it. Still battling, could have a rally building up, but Brett Finley is very good at the short tracks. And after the next couple of races, we're gonna go short track racing at a very big measure. So Brett Finley is in a very good position to secure the 24th position for the rest of 2018. However, the next race is not on a short track. We are going to New York's Finger Lakes for the Cloud Empire State Road Race. I'll see you next time.